Hey there, it's WoltyBird, and welcome to a game that lets you control the fate of every mortal soul who enters your park. It's Parkitect, and here we are, our beautifully, aptly named, flat terrain large park. And would you look at that? That is our first customer. Right there, that is a terrible way of changing views. But you, sir, Susan King, you'll be the first person here, and can I make you not leave? I can pick you up. Can I put you over here? Of course I can. Okay, you are now stuck here. And as more people begin to enter the park, we need attractions. So Susan, you will be the first one. Have fun staying in your box. Are you a ghost? Susan, are you a ghost? Huh. Well, I'm gonna have to figure out some other way to detain you. Okay, maybe this helps. You won't be much of an attraction, but at least you'll be in place. Are you still there, Susan? I think we got her. Anyways, the goal of this game is to build the best park you'd ever possibly build, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. It's just that my definition of best might differ from others. But don't worry, I'm not a monster. I'm gonna make sure that everyone has everything they need. I'm gonna give them drinks. And of course, they also need a toilet. There we go. That should probably suffice. I can't see any problems with any of this, and the supplies are nice and close right over here. Perfect. Now to see what rides we can give our nice little visitors. We have the normal rides like Gentle Monorail, Magic Carpet, Motion Simulator, thrill rides like the Clockwork, the Enterprise, the Experience. But we also have coasters. And boy, does this excite every bone in my body. A large roller coaster capable of vertical and even beyond vertical drops. That sounds like something I want to do. Now, you might see this and see something wrong with the picture. And yes, there is no end or beginning to this. What happens is that we can't go higher than this, so they die. They will simply fall off. And I think that is perfect. Which also means that our repairmen will have to come back here every single time anyone wants to ride. And here we go. These are the first 3 people who wants to ride Death Machine. Okay, actually exciting times. This man right here, Arthur Michael, he looks very, very exhausted. But he is also very, very close to being on this ride. And we do have a worker here. Pamela Smith is working the operations, so he might actually go on it. Oops, seems I forgot to open. Here we go. Arthur, you come back. You are going on this ride, whether you like it or not. I'm keeping you here until this happens. You will not go. Or maybe you can go. That's a mechanic. You can't go. Well, after a lot of trial and error, I have managed to make this roller coaster that doesn't actually work. Why do you stop going up? I thought I made a lift, but apparently no, it deleted the lift that I did. So this is now also completely useless. Well, it's a nice centerpiece. Either way, it's not really all that important because I have a goal today, and that goal is to commit to making as much paint as possible for every single person here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make something long. And when I say long, I mean I'm gonna make the longest thing you'll see in your life. And I think I have found the perfect coaster for that. Similar in structure to a junior coaster, this coaster has cars that spin freely as the train moves along. Which means that we can spin forever. Because I'm gonna build something that goes forever. Oh goody, my first customer. Can I follow you? I'm gonna follow you. Okay, so this is a roller coaster that goes very flat for a very, 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 very long time. I have no idea how long this takes. I'm gonna wait and see. But of course I'm not completely evil. I have given them a small ramp here that will give them a tiny bit of excitement in their pathetic lives. And I don't know exactly how long this takes, but you, sir, or ma'am, Margaret, you are gonna have to stand in line for a very long time before any of them come back. Speaking of pathetic, I think it is time that we checked in on our little girl over here. And I think we can lower the terrain a tiny bit so people will actually be able to see her. That is, however, the lowest. I will not let her... You go back in there. I did not tell you could leave. Wait, can you stay on top of here? Is that fine? I think that's okay, right? Yeah, you look perfectly depressed. And she is so depressed that we can't even click on her. Oh, no, we can. She's been here for 42 minutes. Susan King. She is very unhappy, very tired, very hungry, very thirsty. But she doesn't need to go to the toilet. And you know what? In my book, that is a win. Because to me, that sounds like this toilet was worth the investment. And I'm gonna stop cleaning that. I don't think it's worth to clean. No one's gonna use it. Well, not enough people. There's one toilet for 56 people. That's not enough. We need to have more. And by more, I don't mean toilets, I mean people. So we should probably start adding some actual rides that work. I haven't been the greatest at that, I will admit. So let's do a G-lock. I think the G-lock sounds like... actually no. What is the most painful one we can do? How about the turbine? That looks good to me. What can we change? We can disable the lights, no one can see anything. Disable the fences, I don't need safety. Budget, you go down. Maintenance interval, yeah. I don't think we need that. Rounds, you go as many as possible and you go backwards. Add an entrance and an exit and some paths, and there we go. We now have a new ride, and this man is very excited to do something. That, sir, is the exit. I don't know what you're running for. But you have money, and I like money. Wait a second. Oh, I thought Susan had escaped. That looked like he changed shirt for a sec. No, Susan is still here. Do we have anyone else that is sufficiently depressed? This man does not look suppressed. Adam Carlson. Well, if you're not depressed, you should go over here. It's fun. There we go. I'll come back to you in a sec. 10 minutes later, and I've noticed an issue. These guys don't move. But he's still here. He is waiting. Nancy is just waiting. I mean, I could close this ride and fix it, but also, I think Nancy's enjoying herself. Some alone time to clear the head. Let's have Rogers here go on this. So he is very tired, hungry, and thirsty. Not very nauseous though, and I think that is an issue. I think nausality is the main issue at hand. He does seem very excited though. I heard laughs of excitement. That's not gonna last for long. Wait till you pass out. You haven't slept in... I don't know, I can't click him. There we go. He hasn't slept in 10 minutes, and that is probably like a year in this game. I have, however, just realized that our entrance is very boring and basic. I haven't really done anything to this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the price to enter the park. And I feel like $5 is probably a reasonable amount. Or maybe 500. Let's do 500. That's probably going to help our finances just a tiny, tiny bit. And oh boy, are people still excited to enter the park. Paul Watterson, you are in for a ride. And by a ride, I mean you go in the hole. You can stay there. Now to fix the aesthetic part. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change out all of this nice, beautiful grass to concrete. Just bland, gray slabs of concrete. Nothing says excitement like industrialism. There we go. Next, I'm going to lift up the terrain right here. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Just a smidgen right there. So that people can feel existential dread when walking through these monoliths. Some people have megalophobia, and I am the cause. Then, because we are in Sweden, as I am born in Sweden, which means it's cold, so I am gonna add just the tiniest bit of heating elements right here. This is standard issue in Sweden, this is how everybody does it. Don't even worry about it. I've now also added another thing, just to keep Just to keep them on their tippy toes, every once in a while, this will happen. So yeah, a free gyno exam, because that is going straight up everybody's rectum. And also, this is for all the adults out there, they won't have to hear screaming kids in the park, because they won't hear anything at all. And also, just to make sure it's not too easy to move around the park, I'm adding some doors. Just a couple of doors to make sure that everybody has to work for something. Because if you get everything you want in life for free, like this ride for example, then you won't want anything else. And I have added a fully functioning ride just to make sure that everybody actually wants to go here. I now have 150 people in my park, and I feel like that is completely deserved. I've been thinking about this little hole that I have right here. I wonder how many people I can fit in there. I've started That is so obnoxiously loud, it's actually going to make me go insane. And someone has puked here. Someone has puked here. I will not clean that up. That whole terraforming thing has given me an idea though. I can't make the coasters taller because the supports can't reach. But what if I do this? I mean, in theory, we should have supports all the way, right? Right? Okay, so to answer the question if it worked, I think, yes, it did work. You go very high. And very high means you can get a lot of G-forces. And when I say a lot of G-forces, I of course mean ultra extreme G-forces. More specifically, at its peak, it imposes 12.17 G of vertical G-forces. Lateral G-forces, a lot less, but still some. It's very weak in that regard. Oh yeah, and also you get about 10 seconds of airtime in here, going at a speed of 166 kilometers per hour. Fun! Hopefully there is only one thing to do, and that is open the ride. I think this should work. I don't know why it wouldn't, and also why are you stuck here? Are you waiting? You might be waiting. Oh boy, here comes Karen Eriksson, the first person to ride, and here's her cart. I'd recommend you strap yourself in very tightly. Otherwise your family won't be able to get the corpse back. Here she goes. Almost there now, Karen. Here you go. Have fun! Yeah, she's gonna die. That's way too fast. Oh, those brakes didn't do as much as I thought they were gonna do. Oh well. I think her eyes are stuck open. That's a pretty reasonable reaction after that. I think I found an even dumber roller coaster. So this is an hydraulically launched coaster, and it can go straight up, and then it can go straight down. Now I wonder, if I do that, and then we go straight up again, how hard can this turn be? Oh, that can go... Oh, that is very aggressive. Oh, I like this. Okay, so another roller coaster has been built, and I'm quite excited for this one. I have high hopes. I'm gonna open it straight away, and I will show you guys where it goes. Here we go. So first we have a decently high lift here, straight up, for quite some time. And when it does reach the top, you will see something. And that something is these two massive towers with just the most obnoxiously nauseating corkscrews. As you can see, they drop like this at about 150 kilometers per hour, all the way down. And then they go back up, so they can do it again. And when they're done with their second corkscrew Tower of Death, they will go through 2 loops, go up another big lift, and at the top of this lift, they get another surprise. Over the top we go, and then we go back down for 1 loop, 2 loops, 3 loops. And then down we go. And that's about it. Peaking out at 170 kilometers per hour with an average of 16 kilometers per hour, a maximum G-force of 15 G. Biggest drop is 155 meters, 14.5 seconds of airtime. Pretty good. Pretty good. And the funny thing is, building that one gave me another idea, which I think is going to be pretty damn sick. So first we need to go very far up. And apparently we can't do lifts on these slopes, so we'll have to go a tiny bit slower. But that is also okay. Oh goody, we have customizable acceleration launch pads. Okay, well we are going to full speed, that's for damn sure. Now, some people might argue that this roller coaster is a bit boring to ride, but I assure you it will get funnier the further in you get. So first we have another big slope, per always. Top of the slope, you begin going downwards at a steady pace, which gives you the acceleration pad going up to 255 kilometers per hour, and then a very fun helix. It's incredibly loud as well. It is a helix where your head sticks out, giving you that sweet, sweet centripetal force, and yeah, that should give us a couple of Gs. Specifically, it gives us 20.8 and only 188 kilometers per hour. That's kind of iffy, but that is a pretty fast and dangerous coaster, and I'm happy. And I think with that, I have created 2 of the most dangerous roller coasters on the planet. And that makes me happy. My soul can sleep easy now. Well, easier than these guys living in a box next to the firework display. She has been in here for 2.5 hours. Impressive commitment. There is one last thing I want to check out, and that is this page, which is the mod page. I have a feeling we might be able to find some really fun things here. Okay, so one of the mods I've decided to install is called Building Anarchy, and also the music ended for some reason. But no matter, because we will still have a lot of fun here. Let's do a little turn on this guy right here. Actually, no. Let's restart this guy. Let's do that. Let's give him a station, a couple of those. Then do a right turn, and then start going upwards. So before, we would be stopped at around 40 high. But now, as you can see, in just a moment. 40 isn't the limit anymore. Actually, sky is the limit. Which means it's probably better to do an hydraulically launched coaster, because that is just better. So let's make another one of these, put them there, build that, and then lift him upwards for as long as he will go. I will come back to you on this. Whatever I'm doing right now, the game is not very happy about it. It lags when I add parts. But eventually, surely it will come down again, right? Oh, there she is. There she is. Okay. It's almost all the way back down. Another mod I installed is a mod that lets you do POV riding. Which means I will let this go. And then you guys can just sit here, relax, and watch us go into the sky. Here we go. I'm not gonna edit this, by the way. You guys can just watch this. I'll be back. That was fast. And when I say fast, I mean that was incredibly painful. We went at a speed of 205 miles per hour, 26 vertical Gs. Anyways, I think I've inflicted enough pain on these poor people for today. Goodbye, Susan King. You have been a true king. Or queen. You are very tired. You know what? I'm gonna give her a gift. Come here, Susan. I'm going to let Susan escape. I mean, if she can walk all the way from the corner of the park, that is. Which somehow Amy Brooks has managed to do. Why are you out here? Anyway, it doesn't matter. That was Parkitect. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing, as I really do appreciate it. And don't forget, click that like button. And I will see you guys in the next video. I've been Once and Arcade. Bye bye.